Hey y'all, it's Naya Rain and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, thank you for tuning in. This channel will be full of tutorials and many other videos as far as positivity and just fun and excitement. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you for holding it down and thank you all for being loyal. My subscribers have been booming. I really appreciate you all for sharing my videos, commenting, liking, and subscribing. It really means a lot to me. But along with the chit chat, we about to get into the video. So the first thing you all see me doing is I'm just braiding my hair down in a flat foundation. So one thing I want to give as a word of advice is you do not have to put that many braids in your client's head or your hair for a flat foundation. Now, depending on your client's hair density, it may change the amount of braids you may need. So as you can see for my hair is thick, but as far as like the density of it, it's like not that bad. Like I was able to put 3 braids on each side, so 6 braids total in my head. But if you have a client who hair is thicker, like way thicker, and the density is higher, and when you braid it's really bulky still, then go ahead and add more braids so you can get a flat install. But as you see here, I'm on the second braid and on the other side, and it's just still flat just like that. So everyone here is different. It alters and it varies. But if you just want to cut down on the time, you definitely can just go ahead and slap 6 braids in there at the most. That's the lowest I ever went, so I'm not sure about the other stuff. Once I get done with my braid down, I just oil my hair with the Mia Organics oil. I like it. It smells really good. But for this video, I just used it for that purpose because I want you all like, what are you using? But I do have a surprise for y'all. If you have been with me from the start, or if you follow my other social medias, y'all hearing it first. I'm going to be relaunching my hair oil very soon. So be on the lookout for that. I'm currently in the process of relaunching it and getting my site together, but you all heard it from me first. Now, before you proceed to putting your cap on your head and anything else as far as the morning glory, you want to go ahead and slick your edges back. It doesn't matter what edge control you use or if you use spritz. Just make sure that your edges are slicked back in a firm hold so that when you apply this glue and the other product, your hair just won't be messy and all over the place and get it snatched off. This is just going to help everything stay in place and be neat and secure. So make sure you're applying this to both sides of your hair, well, of your edges, and you slicking it back. If you would like to apply some to the back of your hair, like in the nape area, go ahead. I usually do it sometimes depending on how much hair I was able to grip or couldn't grip. Next, you want to go ahead and apply your cap. You can do 1 cap or 2 caps, however you would like. The second cap gives a little bit more security than the just 1 cap. I go in and I cut my ear tabs out because it's going to help me apply this glue and the morning glory onto the hair better. Like, it's not going to give that space in between. Like, it's going to all lay down flat. So I go in and I take the glue and I outline the perimeter of my hairline so that it can stay stuck. And sometimes I will do like the whole perimeter, but in this case, I just did around my leave out. I'm not sure if I did the nape. I did not do the nape just because I can't see. But if it was my client, I do the nape area. But this is just going to make sure that the cap, when your hair gets old, that the cap does not lift up as easy. So once you do that, you want to go ahead and use your morning glory and apply it onto your head all over. I'm going to put some on my edges as well so that can be covered and making sure that everything is protected, because at the end of the day, this still is a protective style. So you to make sure your edges is protected. Everything you possibly can have protected, make sure it's protected, because you do not want this glue to rip out your hair. So the next thing I do is I take some Dreamweaver hair. I use Dreamweaver hair, and I'm going to be gluing the tracks in a UShape. Now, I have 2 recommendations. So the first one is I would highly recommend you doing double the tracks, like just like that, because it's, for one, it helps you control your time, like you move faster if you do double the tracks, and it helps you control how thick you're making your quick weave. When I used to do one track at a time, I noticed that I kept adding in so many tracks so close together that it makes it so thick in certain areas, and you don't want that, and sometimes it could cause you to run out of hair. But when you do double the tracks, it's already going to be full, and you already can cover more space without making it so thick. 2, you want to do it in a U shape. So I glue the tracks in the U shape, as you can see, all the way in the back for 3 rows. So depending on your client's the length of your client's nape area to the ear, you will at least do 2 to 3 rows of the double tracks going into a U shape. So I did 3 rows all the way up from my nape to the ear. Once I got to that 3rd row, I started to take the tracks all the way to the top, just like that, and gluing it in a U shape so that it can fall into my face more, and it won't be just on the sides of my hair, and it gives like this limp kind of look. So once you get to this point, after these tracks, you're going to keep gluing the tracks on in this same motion all the way until you get to the top, and you can't make these horseshoe shapes no more, and you have to go straight across. So this is what it's going to look like. If you want to like zoom in or look closer, you can see how it's glued in. And once I get this cap off, I'm going to show y'all how it falls down. Before I proceed to the next steps, the last track I'm going to glue in is this track. So this is just going to cover those tracks that I placed as the base, because when I lay my hair, I don't want to see any gaps filled from like me doing those U shape placements. Putting this track right here, it is going to give it that seamless kind of look, like as if you did a sew in, and it's going to make sure when you do your leave out, everything is going to lay flat, and all those U-shaped tracks are going to be covered up, and this really gives it a nice clean foundation once you're finished. You see how that looks like once I just did that last track and covered it? Like it looks so clean, like really flawless. So when I do the cut, you see that I'm holding this hair. I section off pieces of the hair. I don't just cut. I take a section and I cut it so that it can give me more evenness. Like you see how even that first cut was right there. And I usually tend to try to do it longer before I go shorter. But actually, I honestly love this length right here, so I stay here. But I always go longer than the length that my client desires, or the length that I'm going for. Because say if I cut something uneven or I don't do something right, I can always go in and cut off a little bit extra. So in order to help you get a good cut, you just basically section the hair off and then cut as you go. I really should have took my necklace off because it kept getting away and I thought I was cutting it. So that definitely is one of the rules. Take the necklaces off, take that jewelry off. But anyways, you're just going to keep going in and refining that cut. You see how I was like tilting my neck over to get it even, because when you sit your head straight down, you're not really going to see all of the flaws and all the strappy ends that was hiding underneath. You're going to get a better cut when you tilt you or your client's neck over, because you can see all of the hairs that were hiding. So you see right there, like I'm cutting and I just got to grab the sections. It's usually tricky to cut on the side that I'm cutting with the scissors. So here, I had to take that jacket off, and I went in. Like, I had to get it in. Like, it was hard because I was doing it in the... I'm sorry, I'm just looking at myself. I just have to laugh. But it's harder for me to do it in this camera. I did this whole look in the camera. I did not look in the mirror in the bathroom not one time. I got a little mirror right there, as you can see, but that still didn't do no justice. But you just want to keep doing it. Honestly, if you're doing this on yourself, it's all about you trusting yourself. I wouldn't recommend it for a beginner. Like, if you're really a beginner, you trying to cut the back of your hair and you don't really have a sense of feel for real, I want to say have somebody help you, or go in that mirror and hold the mirror up and do it then. But me, I've been cutting my own bobs since I don't know how long. So I can feel and give me a little decent cut in the back. So once we got the cut together, we're going to go ahead and go in with the leave out. Now we about to see the transformation. Y'all see? Y'all see how my leave out looking? We're finna get it back together. I'm gonna go in with some Bio Silk, just a little bit, not too much. If you do too much, your hair gonna be oily and not cooperating. So I'm just putting that, enough of that little piece was enough for my leave out and the bob. I'm gonna go in with some heat protectant as well, just a little mist, not too much. Like I said, too much product is not good. Okay, so I'm sectioning off that little one piece back there, and to make sure that that back track is being covered up, because you don't want that to show. And then I go in and I just spray a little bit of freeze spray or whatever your favorite holder spray or spritz may be. You go ahead and just spray that on there and just blow dry it down to basically mold it down and help it stay in its place. So yeah, just a generous amount. Not too much, y'all. Like, product is good. A product is only bad really when y'all using too much of it or you're just not using it correctly. So just don't use too much of the freeze spray. Just a little spray. That's it. That's all. So now you're going down the middle and you're going to part it. You already know the deal. Now, I'm really trying to figure out, why do I have that little thin spot right there? And I don't even be putting that thing in that space. I ain't had braids in forever. I'm going to go in with my She Spray Shine Infusion. I'm going to go ahead. I keep doing it. I'm going to flat iron the tracks first. Oh, you see how that just brought it to life? I'm telling y'all, a little bit of product literally takes you a long way. Now, y'all see I didn't go in piece by piece and flat iron everything, because it really don't be needed. Not for me, especially because I be doing it then. But I do it with my clients. I just don't do it for me because I was going to literally lay down right after. But literally one pass with the flat iron, and y'all just see how it just went into place. Like, it just literally blended. Like, I can make this be my real hair if I wanted to. Somebody actually did mistaken this for my real hair. Like, when somebody mistaking your real hair for weave for your real hair, you really did your thing. You or your stylist really did your thing. Like I said, y'all, one pass is enough. Like, get in on them roots 1 or 2 times, and then you pass through. Like, don't keep going over and over burning your client's hair. Now, I go in with the Sebastian, 1 spray, 1 pass, boom, just so I could blend my real hair with the track hair. So I did a pass with the track hair by itself. I did a pass with my real hair by itself. And then I went in and did 1 pass with the track hair and the leave out together, so that it could blend. Because you can see this side and you can see the other side, and you see the difference. So go ahead with that freeze spray, mold that top, and get it going, and making sure you getting it together. So this is what I did with the other side, but I just didn't get it. So I did first go with the freeze spray on the edge brush and slicked my edges down, and then I went in with the top and slicked it down so it can be in place and hold it. And then when I had got done with that and blow drying it and molding it, I went in with the Sebastian and then flat ironed it, like you seen me do with the other side, because I'm about to do it right here again. Make sure you cover your face or your client's face. Boom. There it is. Boom. There it is. There it is. It's really coming together. It came together. And that's, I got the real official products from the first bob I did. When people try to come in the comments and come for me, don't come for me, because I know what I'm doing. But that's the end of this tutorial. Thank you all for tuning in. Like, y'all already know what to do. Like, comment, and subscribe, and tune into my other social medias. Thank y'all for watching.